Hello, my people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your location. Join me this morning so that we will continue with Biafra news. Anything that touches and concerns Biafra is our business right at this moment. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your location once more. My name is Betty Ford, and I am one of the people that have chosen to report whatever we hear going on in the zoo, especially to educate our people on what is going on. Before I continue, my people, I have to thank God, Almighty God, Father Lord, Chukwu Okike Abiama. Ana m ekenekwa gị n'ụtụtụ a, na-aja gị mma, na-asị gị biko nna n'ala ekene. Ife niile anyị na-eme, bịa bula anyị ụzọ, kweela anyị azụ. Anyị alanyekwa nwanne anyị nwoke bụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu nke eji n'aka gị. Nna biko dobie ndụ, wepụteli anyị n'ụlọ mkpọrọ maka na imeli ya Silas and Paul so many years ago. Ma elie nwanne anyị nwoke ka arapụ ya. Chedokwala anyị Maazị Simon Ekpa bụ onye na-anụrụ anyị ọgụ kịta. Chedo ụmụ Biafra niile, ma ndị nọ n'ụlọ ma ndị nọ n'ama. Ise. My people, good morning. Emenike, thank you so much for joining me. Wonderful people. I have a very brief but important news for my people. You know, before we go into the main discussion for today, recently, as recent as 3rd of this month, our Prime Minister put up something on his Twitter handle where he was telling us that there's going to be a second referendum, self-referendum, held in to be held in Helsinki, Finland, but the date has not been stipulated. So he left that information there with an email address. Anyone who would want to join for the collection of Biafra data, that person should enter their application in this email that I'm going to read out now. It says Biafra Departments at biafrarepublic.gov.org. I repeat, Biafra Departments at biafrarepublic.gov.org. So anyone who would want to join them, it wasn't said whether the person will be paid or not, or whether it will be on voluntary basis. But I know that everything we are doing for this Biafra to come is all about voluntary work. And if you wish to be one of those who will participate in this collection of data, then you have to make your application to this email that I have said here. Let me repeat it. Biafra Departments at biafrarepublic.gov.org. So my people, that is one of them. Then the main news this morning relates to the attacks of the terrorists in Zamfara and Plateau State. How they are buying people in that area. Recently, like yesterday, 4th, they killed 10 people for not paying their terror levy. And they killed some people also in Abuja in a shop. If you see the site, I cannot bring it up here because I am not allowed based on the community rules and regulation in YouTube and Facebook. But my colleague, who is also a media team, he got all the information, which I'm going to play for you to listen to it.
One of the Zoo Gota media outlets, and their own title says, terrorists attack Nigerian community for failing to pay terror levy till 10. Oh, say Chigo. Oh, say Chigo, my people. Let me take that headline again. Terrorists attack Nigerian community for failing to pay terror levy, kill 10 people. Now, this is coming from Premium Times, one of the renowned Zoo media outlets, one of the top Nigerian newspaper, Premium Times. So when they tell you for not paying terror levy, that means they have been paying. So I don't want to analyze anything yet. Let us read in details.
So my people, you know, recently, the man that formed Boko Haram, which is the vice president of Nigeria, recently he went to Abia State. And I was wondering why the people of Abia allowed him to visit our land. Has he come to mock us, or has he come to survey the land? Because he is the one that formed these people with Buhari. Buhari is gone and he has stepped up. Let us not be twisted. Tinubu is just a figurehead. He is the president of Nigeria. And we and Nigeria, we are not compatible at all. This very man, when he was a governor, he categorically spoke to a man called Kunle, another governor in western part of Nigeria. He was boasting how he is going to make Igbo people irrelevant, how he is going to instigate violence against the Igbos in Lagos, for the Oba of Lagos to push our people to the lagoon. I played the voice of that man here severally, but I was so shocked how unloyal Southeasterners welcomed him at Abia State. Even I saw the video, but I didn't want to play it because I was very upset. Somebody like the one they call, what's his name again? Flavor was invited to play for this man. And I was so shocked that in Biafra land, somebody would welcome that man called Chetima to our land. That is the highest disrespect to Biafra land. A man that sponsors all this Boko Haram in uniform to come and burn our homes, burn our shops, and buy our children. You people welcomed him with that kind of open arms. He is the one sponsoring these people. I've shown so many of his videos where he goes to the bush to joke with the terror groups. So now, in Borno State, Northeast, the terrorists control this area now. Nobody is questioning them for maintaining a whole state, but they don't want Biafrans to go. So on the other hand, I want us to listen to this very news this morning, to make our people understand that this is what would have been happening in Southeast right now if our Prime Minister had not unveiled these Biafra Liberation Army and Biafra resistance fighters. They would have engulfed our state by now and be making you people to pay terror levy. Can you imagine that? Because of terror levy, they killed 10 people yesterday, 4th of January, 2024. This is what would have been happening to us. You can imagine what they are doing to Northerners because they have no feelings for anyone. They live in the north, but they are not northerners. So I will continue to play so that our people will know what is going on and what our Prime Minister is doing for them by creating this Biafra Liberation Army.
The Chinese campaign is infamous for imposing levies on communities in Zamfara State. The terror group, led by a notorious kingpin, Amina, has killed 10 residents of Kwanaduse in Zamfara State after the community failed to pay the 20 million naira levy he imposed on them some weeks ago. Wow. Wow. Mr. Damina led hundreds of fighters into the community a few minutes after 4:00 p.m. on Wednesday. Wanaduse in the Dansado Emirate of Maru local government area is one of the most attacked communities in the state. A resident of Wanaduse who asked not to be named for security reasons told Premium Times over the phone that the attackers stormed the community after the early evening Islamic prayers. We were sitting down outside a mosque when the terrorists drove into the community from all corners and started shooting indiscriminately. Some of our vigilantes tried to fight back, but the terrorists have more weapons and ran into my...
So now you could see that these people, they are even fighting Muslims. They came to mosque and they started shooting. This will go to show everyone to understand that this is not just religious issues. They want to finish everybody in Nigeria, to go and bring their people from all over Africa where they are scattered to settle them in Nigeria. God forbid it that they will take our land. There's a voice of our Onyendu that I listened to, and Onyendu was saying there that they thought that putting him in prison will stop us from fighting for Biafra. Nothing will make us to stop fighting. We are very, very incompatible with these people, and we cannot leave our fatherland, our ancestral home, our motherland for these people. They cannot, they can never take our land from us. They have been intimidating the people of the North for so many years, and they are still doing it. Now their aim is to extend it to Southeast, but they will never do it. Thanks to Onyendu and thanks to our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. This is one of the reasons why so many of us should be thinking of donating generously towards the fight to maintain our land. Because these people, it is not just about the religion again, it is now about grab your land.
Into my house and waited for my fate. The resident, the community leader, said, "Child, did you hear anything? Did you get it?" He said that he ran into his house and waited for his fate. Child. Wow. Wow. Imagine in a situation whereby you are seeing your death. You don't know what to do. You are incapacitated. You are completely rendered incapacitated. You can't help yourself. You can't run away because they are everywhere. You can't run into the bush because the bush is not safe. You are just in your house, lock the door, waiting for your fate. You are just there praying to God. God, please, if they finally break into my house, receive my soul, forgive my sins. Anything I have done wrong, please forgive me. But just help my soul if they finally invade my house.
This will go to show those of you who welcomed your so-called vice president. You know, our people, they don't cease to amaze me. When this man was planning to come to the Southeast, I believe that they were informed. They have every right to tell him that they don't welcome him in Southeast. Yes, this is a man who doesn't want us to exist anywhere. He's instigating fight and demolition of our houses in the north and in the west. He even said it openly, and you people welcomed him. What has he come to do in our land? Assuming that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not start this IPOB because Owazirike has already surrendered, taken money and stopped before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu took up the mantle from where Owazirike stopped. And now they went as far as abducting Onyendu because they knew that he was going with speed. They stopped him abruptly, using the people around him. Now, God gave us our indomitable Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Think of the way it would have been with us had Mazi Simon not taken this matter up, and he's still standing firm on the issue of getting Biafra for us, so that we will become our own nation. There is no how our people would have welcomed this man to our land. That would have made him understand how serious we are. But they welcomed him and organized. All the people I saw there were present. These are the same states that said that, oh, if Peter Obi did not win, we will go and join Biafra. All the Ohanezes, they were all there. So these people have known that our people are toothless bulldog. They cannot do anything. They will say something and they will never carry it out. So it is all thanks to Onyendu and Mazi Simon Ekpa.
That is the fate of the people in the northern part of the zoo, not just in Zamfara. As I'm talking to you right now, today, 4th of January 2024, more people have been massacred in Plateau State, the same Plateau. As I'm speaking to you now, more than 7 people have been killed in Yobe State. As I'm speaking to you now, yesterday is a pity because of time, I was unable to record it. 11 people were slaughtered in Chibok, Medugri. The same community, they kidnapped over 1,000 students. They told us they were 370 to 380 during Jonathan Goodluck. Boko Haram and ISWAP invaded Chibok yesterday, 3rd January 2024, killed over 11 people according to the official number given to us by the zoo government, and kidnapped uncountable number of them. Are you seeing it?
You know, my people, it's always good to recall things that happened in the past to the present. When you are doing something with a very evil person. You know, when Jonathan was the president, they called him an Igbo man, even though some part of Jonathan's people always deny that they are not Igbo. But they call all of us Igbos because their hatred for the Igbo man is out of this world. They said that an Igbo man cannot rule Nigeria, that they will make Jonathan's government ungovernable. They formed Boko Haram, Buhari and Shetima. They formed Boko Haram to destabilize Jonathan's government. They were going to market to throw bomb and buy people in their numbers. They finally went and took these girls from Chibok. I am sure that Chibok may be very close to Plateau State, and you all know that recently people from Middle Belt have declared for Biafra. They've always said that they are not part of northern Nigeria. So why they are pushing down to this middle belt is that through middle belt, we have common boundary with them at Nsukka in Enugu State. They know that these people are our neighbors. That's why they are pushing very hard. They are not coming to do anything but to buy our people. This is how they buyed the owners of Northern Land when they came with Usman and Fodio. We have nothing in common with these people. They have no value for life. They have no need for anything good. They destroy. And their method of operation is always to go to areas where they will get mineral that they will sell and buy weapon. That's all. So my people, there is no how that we will not fight back by supporting our prime minister currently, because Onyendu is not out yet. We are praying to God on daily basis for Onyendu's release. But while he is still being detained, we should do everything we can humanly possibly do to support our prime minister. He cannot do it alone, and he cannot buy ngwagha with Akia. Ndị be anyị, unu na-anụkwa ife na-ekwu, onye ọbụla support Maazị Simon Ekpa, no matter what. Ọ bụrụgodị dị na-share this video anyị na-eme ka ọ na-agbasa mba ụwa niile, ọ bụrụgodị dị na-like if anyị na-eme ma ọ na-share ya as much as you can, you are doing something. We should do everything humanly possible, because ndị a bụ ndị enwere human feelings. For manifa na-akpọ human rights, fade eji akwụkwọ mịa fọdụkwa ịghọta ife human rights mean. Fade ge people of the world ntị, because ndị UN agwago Fulani release our leader. Fekwero court of high court agwago ndị Fulani a release our leader. Fekwero maka na fa gụrụ akwụkwọ, fa mara nke bụ nke, fa chọrọ ịma sọsọ gbuo ife dịfa n'obi. Ndị be anyị, onye ọbụla ga-akwadosi our prime minister ike. Onya mee anything na-eme anyị wetie ka ụnụnụ, whether more important or not to anybody listening to it. The importance here is that you should know that the way they are dealing with these people is exactly the same way they will deal with us. Obu Narapofa to come down in their numbers. Famwe ikiji motorcycle 1,000. If any na be fa ji ego mmanụ anyị fa na-ele wee na-ego, fa go 1,000 machines. Imalu no 2 people on 1 machine. For drive or with egbe bata in a city na agbabusi ndị mmadụ, ndị ejiri egbe. So my people, when we are displaying or playing up this very type of news, you will know that there is a reason why we are doing that. To know what we are fighting with. We are not fighting with human beings. We are fighting with animals. People ain't more of human feelings. They don't know what human right means, because they are not educated. They don't care about education. What Boko Haram means is that Western education is sin. That's the meaning of Boko Haram. Boko is white. White education is a sin. Good morning, Collins, my brother. You are welcome. So all these things we are doing is creating awareness, making our people understand that if we don't act. We are dealing with people who have no brain. They have brain, but their brain, even animal brain, is better than theirs. Because any human being, you don't have to live with this kind of people. They can give your brother the whole world. Before that these people can offer you a house in Dubai. that they can offer to buy you a car that you have never heard of before. That very week, I abducted Onyendu because I was following Onyendu on daily basis. Inwete Biafra na no kunobi. Because during the war, I knew what we suffered as children. We suffered so much. And inji gosi unu na ndị anyị na fa na-eme ka ife abụrụ human beings. Ndị a bụ anụ ọfịa. That's why when anything is happening somewhere, all the Biafra media team, we will do anything humanly possible to bring it to your knowledge and to your awareness.
Seeing it making round the socials, the answer is no. Are you seeing them talking about it on media? The answer is no. Because Fulani controlled federal government of the zoo has told all the media houses that they do not want to see any report of the menace and the atrocities of their foot soldiers that they call bandits in the northern part of the zoo.
Yes. If any in Nigeria, like this type of killing, they are banned from reporting it, except the way we are reporting it now for the world to know what is going on. Though ndị ọcha bụ ndị aghụghọ, ndị ọcha ga-abịa sị na Tinubu no commit a crime na America, but that they will forgive him. Ma ọ bụrụ na o jee Niger, jee nụọ ọgụ, ka fa wee retrieve ngwongwo fa dị na Niger, that they will forgive him. I showed it here some time ago, last year. Ndị France abịa sị, ọ bụ na Tinubu ga-eje napụtalụfa Traore na all these people as ECOWAS leaders. If they will never allow Nigeria mainstream media to report this as we are reporting it for the world to know what is going on in that country. There is no how if men in America or men in Britain or men in Germany or men in France or men, but they will support it. It happened nobody also. So we want to leave Nigeria for real and for good. Finally, we want to leave them. We can never be seen associating with these people. Nobody should associate Nigeria to Biafrans or Biafrans to Nigeria. We are not compatible with these people. Just a fraction of people that came from Sahel, they want to control the indigenes. Everybody is shaking like jelly for them. Nobody is bold enough to challenge them. When somebody like Mbazurike Amechi, Obisigo Nandwa, Omaromo Biafran, Omaromo Nigerian. The same thing with Okwadike, the former governor of Anambra State. He died recently in December, either December first week or November ending. Onye nkafa Murugo, Omaromo Nigeria, Mobo Biafra. They all died in pain. Is this what we want? So we have to support Biafra coming. Support those who are seriously working for Biafra to come. I'm also talking to those ones who are still being fooled by DOS. Those who are still contributing money for them. Turn to Simon Ekpa. He is the one taking us to Biafra. Those ones are compromised. All these killing people, buying here and there, is their plan to put fear in people. They do not understand that we are not Afghanistan or Syria or Turkey. No, we are blacks, hardcore. They cannot get their way through. We will be giving them this woto report until they leave us alone. and until the world will recognize us. Because with all these reports we are showing, the world will know that we have genuine grounds for leaving Nigeria. Yes. So everybody, we should all be hands on deck. We should work hard, support those working hard like Mazi Simon Ekpa and his cabinet members to make sure that Biafra comes. You know, some of us, because we don't report everything about Oduduwa people are still fighting. They say that even though their brother is the president, he's only a figurehead. The person ruling Nigeria is Shetima. Yes, because they are the ones who want to rule Nigeria by force, and these are visitors. How can we allow men like us to come and destroy us, finish us, and take over our land? It's impossible. It can never happen. They
don't want to see any report of their activities on media. That's why you see Channels Television claim to be number one in the zoo, not reporting it. NTA is not reporting it. AIT is not reporting it. TVC is not reporting it. Silverbird is not reporting it. Named all of them, no one is reporting it. Because Fulani controlled federal government of the zoo has warned anybody, and you risk sanction should you dare talk about the activities of the Fulani terrorists in Nigeria. They said the terrorists burnt down some shops and houses in the community during the attack. Residents said. The community leader said his cousin was one of those killed by the terrorists during the assault that lasted for hours.
You see, this lasted for hours. Do you know the meaning of this emphasis? Lasted for hours. What it meant is that every day they will tell you, oh, we are coming, they will send military to Southeast. The Southeast, there's unrest, there's no problem. We have nothing in Southeast happening, and they are sending soldiers. But look at this attack by the terrorists, lasted for hours without any police or any army coming to fight them. Why? Because it is the government of Nigeria that sponsors these terrorists, give them the sophisticated weapon they use to harass and attack innocent citizens of Plateau State and Zamfara. These are human beings like us. They are facing the same thing we are facing. But unfortunately for them, they don't have any Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to protect them. They don't have any Simon Ekpa to protect them. That's why we are showcasing it to the world to understand what our people go through. And this has been happening for over 5 years now. You can imagine the number of people died in that country for this number of years on daily basis, desecrating our land. So my people, when we are doing what we are doing, it's not an accident. It is something that we are doing to let the world know what goes on in Nigeria. The mainstream media dare not report it, or else they will be sanctioned. Sanctioning means closing down your media department. You will never give, give your news or conduct your news business in Nigeria. But we are doing this because we are not in Nigeria, and we will continue to do it.
This attack lasted for hours, and you want to tell me that Nigeria security operatives, the likes of army and police, DSS, civil defense, man of war, where is the Navy, where is the Air Force? Oh my goodness me. Now they said, another resident of Dansado town, who also asked not to be named for security reasons, said his house is filled with refugees from Kwanaduse. Resident of Malele, Ruwantofa, Mutu.
You can imagine this very man said he has refugees from Manaduse. It is there in North, within an in-flight, what they call in-flight refugees. Within the country, people are refugees in their own towns. They hated the Igbos. Why? Because we are one of the tribes that we don't take nonsense. We don't take this type of challenges very lightly. We don't. But these ones are just there like agric fowl. They will push them to left. They will follow that left. They push them to right. They will follow that way. No, you can't push us that way. It's impossible. That's the way God made us. Nothing can change us. You can't. How can you come as a visitor? Then you want to come and take our land. Hausa people are not fighting us. So let us get it straight. We are not being fought by Hausas or by, well, Yorubas have recently joined them. But they are the ones pushing them. These Fulanis, visitors, people who came with their grandfather or great-grandfather, Osman Danfodio, from Sahel. You are a visitor and you want to tell us where to stay in our own home or how to live in fear. If you are driving, you are afraid. If you go to farm, you are afraid. You go to fetch stream. We used to go to stream. And in those days, we will go to stream and we will be playing with the trees and everything there. I'm sure people don't do that anymore. This is the kind of thing we are facing in our country from foreigners. That's the most painful aspect of it. These people are not indigenous people. From foreigners, what they did in 1914, that's what they are still doing after 100 and something years. Because this amalgamation of 1914 became 100 years in year 2014. They are still doing the same thing they did in those days in the north, killed all northern chiefs and replaced it with their own chiefs. So our people have to realize what our prime minister and Onyendu, what they have done for us. Chukwu Okike Abịama will continue to bless them.
Mutundi and Ghana and most of the communities in the northern part of Ansadu are in a critical situation because they've become easy targets for the terrorists, especially those under Damina. They routinely impose huge levies running into millions of naira on the communities, and when they fail to pay, they descend and kill them like animals, he said. Wow. And this is already in the news. So the army cannot say they haven't heard about it. This is in the news. Premium Times gathered that several people from the community were also abducted by the terrorists. Abducted by the terrorists. It was terrible. The Dansadu resident said, one of the women in my house lost her son and two of her daughters have been abducted. The situation is critical. We could only help them with where to live temporarily. Child. The police spokesperson in the state, Yazid Abubakar, did not respond to calls and SMS sent to him on the attack. How would he respond to calls and SMS? Is he not among the top police officers who have given instruction to junior officers not to go and confront the criminals, the terrorists, the Fulani terrorists who have come and massacred innocent villagers? And these 10 people that the Zoo government has given us as the number of people being killed in this attack is just the minimum. You have to multiply it times 4 for you to be able to get the actual number of people that were killed in this very attack. That is how it is. So how will the police spokesperson or even the commissioner of the police in Zamfara respond to you? Because they have nothing to tell you. They sanctioned it. The military sanctioned it, the police sanctioned it, the DSS sanctioned it, the Air Force, the Civil Defense, the Navy, they all sanctioned it, and the presidency sanctioned it. Because the sole target of Fulani controlled Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom military police, and including the executive, is to eradicate the owners of the land and take it over. This is the sole target. If you are still dreaming that, you know, maybe it's a propaganda, you are going to sleep one day and you'll never wake up. Your story will be told just like the way the story of these people that have been slain is being told today. Now, they said in November last year, Mr. Damina's group abducted over 100 residents of Utunji and two other communities in Dansadu Emirates after the community failed to pay levies imposed on them for allegedly revealing information on terrorist movements to security agents. Allegedly, thank God they use that word for allegedly, because the villagers do not have to reveal any information of the terrorist movement in this state. To who? To the army, who sanctioned the attack, or to police that are shielding the attackers. The military is shielding the attackers, the police is protecting the attackers. So who are you giving information to? I don't understand. It's of no use. They said what began as farmers' headers clashes in Zamfara State around 2011 has snowballed into terrorism, locally called banditry. The terrorists engage in kidnap for ransom, cattle rustling, armed robbery, and other forms of criminalities. The activities of terrorists have led to the death and displacement of hundreds of thousands of people in Nigeria's northwest region. No be me talk am o. No be me talk am. Na Premium Times Nigeria talk am. So my people, I don't have to continue to analyze this. I am using this medium to call on Musa. Musa, where art thou? Musa, where are
you people will understand why he's calling on Musa. Musa is Christopher Musa, the head of the military in Nigeria, who went to House of Assembly calling on Simon Ekpa as the one who is terrorizing Southeast, who is buying the military. Where is he now? And this is in the north there, where this Musa is. He's not doing anything to save lives. And this was reported by Nigeria's newspaper. So it's not as if he does not know what is going on. If you are a military chief, every morning, all the dailies will come to your table. You know, when you are dealing with people who don't think, people who are not polished, anything goes. Nothing is organized. Nothing is done in their very correct positions and very correct ways. Everything is just going as it pleases them. Whether another person is okay with it is none of their business. You understand? He is the head of the military. He should be up and doing. He should be up and doing. Even people in his position in Nigeria, they don't sleep. But he will just go and sleep. Whenever they tell him that we want to go to Southeast, that's when he will wake up. But now that they are operating in the north, in Plateau State, he will not get up. They are doing all these things to put fear in people, especially our people. We are their targets. They believe that they have control of these areas because nobody is bothering them. But you will see them send military to Southeast, where there is peace. There is peace in our state, but they will keep sending military there. And these military are no less a group than this very repentant Boko Haram. That's these same terrorists. They will tell you that they are repentant. You cannot hear it from the mouth of the people who say that they are repentant. They can't come to tell you, we are sorry, we used to be terrorists, we have repented. No, it is the government that will tell you that 500 men are repented. They will put them in military, give them uniform to come and be terrorizing people in the Southeast who have peace. We have peace. They will keep pushing. They don't want us to breathe. That is the Musa that this reporter is telling you. Where is Musa? But on the other hand, that report that Musa made boosted the position of our prime minister. You know how he did it? Those who are not doing anything, nobody mentions their names. People like Chinasa Nwuru or Chike Doziem or Emma Lawless or Emma Powerful. Yes, because Onyendu said that if you are a freedom fighter and nobody comes after you or mentions your name, then you are not a true freedom fighter. Or if what you are doing, nobody is talking about it, then what you are doing is not effective. So, as he went to that House of Assembly to call our Prime Minister's name, lament over what our Prime Minister is doing to them, that made me happy somehow, because that shows that what our Prime Minister is doing has effect and that he is a true freedom fighter. Yes. So when this, my colleague here is saying, where is Musa? This is the reason why he is asking, where is Musa? Anything they will do to castigate a Southeasterner, they will not hesitate to do it. From our Prime Minister's Twitter handle this morning, I saw an Hausa minister, a lady that stole 37 point something billion naira. And there, our Prime Minister replied to them, why are you people not calling her? The EFCC invited her and she ignored them because she is not, what's her name? Desiana Madweke. Because she's not from Southeast. A lady, and she's still there in Nigeria. Police will not go to arrest her because she's not from Southeast. Just like the other day when our Prime Minister gave his speech, he said that why Onyendu is still there is because his name is not Muhammad or Abubakar. That's why the people he is holding their citizenship, which is UK, is not coming for him. Because when they came to UK to kidnap Umaru Diko so many years ago, they protected Umaru Diko because he is Diko or Umaru. So this one now, this is not something that happened years back. It happened this December, just weeks ago. Yes, just weeks ago. We're only 4 days or 5 days to the new year. But nobody is coming after her because she's an announcer or Fulani woman. 37 point something billion in her ministry, and nobody is saying anything to her, though EFCC, they said they invited her and she ignored them. My people, we have to do everything humanly possible to support the coming of Biafra, support our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. We cannot emphasize this less, but more, that we need to come together, work as one people, and go our separate ways. The people of Oduduwa are still fighting. They are still writing the UN. Everything we do, they are doing it. But because I don't report it here, because some of the things they speak in their language, you know. So ndị be anyị, aga m akwụsịkwa n'ebe a. Ife m chọrọ ịgwa unu bụ na ndị ugwu fa nọ na nsogbu n'aka ndị abịala abịa. Fulani abụrụ Nigeria atọ. Fasi Sahel wee bịa na-enye ndị be anyị nsogbu, wee na-akpagbu anyị. Unu mana tupu Buhari abata na nsogbu adịrọ na Nigeria. Inwe ike isi Abuja gbaa night jebe Lagos ma ọ gbaa night bịa n'Igbo, ime emenwuzie kịta. Fa wee pushugide Buhari try ugboro 3 ka o wee bụrụ head of state na Nigeria. Nke ịtọzi kafa ji war oge ya na Shetima create Boko Haram. Ndị a bụ ndị bịara abịa ka anyị kwụsị ịtụkene ndị egwu. Anyị nwa bụ ndị nwanyị. Fa wee bịa na-akpagbu anyị. News a nye n'ụtụtụ a bụ etu fasi wee jee n'ụzọ Abuja, maka na obodo anwa nwesịrị afafa niile. Ndị nke a na-akpọ Zamfara, ndị nke a na-akpọ Ganduje. Fa jee ebe anwa jee gbusisie ndị mmadụ. And ndị afa gbusi na fa nọ na mosque. Ndị a welu machine wee bịa. Fa na-agafa dị 2 in 1 machine. Oge ụfọdụ febuli ife dịka 50 machines. You can imagine ebe 100 men bu egbe wee bịa zepodo unu. Fa wee gbuo mmadụ 10 nya yesterday. Onya ka nsi ka m wetelu unu na news ka unu wee mara ife Simon Ekpa na Maazị Nnamdi Kanu na alụlụ unu. Na mmadụ na-aba bụ ndị ọ na-anụ ọkụ n'obi ka anyị nweta Biafra nke taa nke echi. Na ife niile na-eme na ba ya pụtasị unu ka echelu nwekwa ife a na-eche. Fa aṅụghị iyi na onye Igbo enwere ike ịchị Nigeria. So ọ bụrụ na ị soro onye na-achị achị ka ị ga-esi wee meki law niile fa na-emeki kịta bụ nke na-efevọ ndị befa. Ndị befa mminu bụ ndị Fulani abụrụ Nigeria. Fa bụ ndị bịara abịa. So ndị be anyị ka unu ghọta nke na-eme. Onya ka nsi ka m wetala unu n'ụtụtụ a. Ya na ofu nwanyị bụ onye isi ụlọ ọrụ lilu 37 billion naira. O nwere polisi na-achụ ya, o nwere amị na-achụ ya. Oligo the money. Mana ọ bụrụ onye South East fa ejide onye afọ. Ife nsi ka mmee ka unu malụ. Ife anyị ji ada asụ ya n'oyibo oge ụfọdụ bụ ka ndị ọcha ma ndị ụwa niile ga-recognize Biafra ka fa wee ghọta ife anyị na-ekwu. Ịsụ onuba anyị nwere nsogbu ọ bụ for me maka na eme m Igbo na secondary school. Pasị anya ọfụma. So ịsụ asụsụ be anyị ọ bụrụ ọlụm nsogbu. Ụmụnne m na ụmụnna m, mmadụ ama abịakwa napụ anyị anị nna anyị. Our ancestors ga-ewele anyị iwe. Onye ọbụla support Maazị Simon Ekpa, our prime minister. Nya bụ nwoke ọ dị ya n'obi ka enweta Biafra taa na echi. Mana ndị a ji ego wee gobie ndị be anyị. I wee dị ka dị divided. Mana anya dịrọ divided. Biafra bịara na kịta unu ga-afụ ka ife niile ga-esi wee bila ọkụ. Asịkwa m ka nkene unu. Ọ ga-amala anyị mma na Eke, mala anyị n'Orie, mala anyị n'Afọ, mala anyị na Nkwọ. Ise. All hail Biafra. Peace, progress, unity, and equity. All hail Biafra. Bye for now, my people.